Good afternoon, volleyball fans, and welcome to the 3 o'clock matchup today in the Dayspring Volleyball Classic. We have the home team, Quentin Road Christian School Eagles, against the visiting Pathway Panthers from Kelowna, Iowa. I'm Jimmy Christensen. I'm joined by Jace Harriman for the games today. How you doing, Jace?
Howdy, doing good. Excited about this game. Got a good matchup here. Eagles take away the first point, which is a good start.
Yeah, it's going to be a loud one for everybody listening at home today. The home crowd is here, and they're excited about their Eagles.
I don't know if you got a chance to watch the Eagles last game, Jim, but they had a tough matchup. They split with West Fair. A couple of good games. This game I anticipate will be even tougher for the Eagles.
Yeah, that one sails just out of bounds. Score tied at 1, and I didn't get to watch the last Eagles game in person because I was working over here. But I was watching on the Eagle Sports Network. And it was
which, by the way, is an incredible live stream for those of you who don't know.
And I saw we split. So,
yeah, they were good games. It's a good, strong team, West Fair. The second game was a big win for the Eagles, and like to see them do it again here.
That one's just out of bounds. Good spot, though. Almost had it.
Number 7, Aaron Horan for the Eagles, I believe is a freshman.
Okay. Playing with her sister out there?
Yep. Serving for Pathway, a little switch up there. It's going to be number 22, Lorena Helmuth.
And she gets the ace.
Sophomore for Pathway, giving them their first 2-point lead of the game.
This seems like it's going to be a very good, close matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
Both teams look ready to go.
Both of these teams have already met a couple times this season.
There's the old extra volleyball there.
Yeah, the middle net blocks a lot, but it doesn't block them all.
I was watching a game this morning, and some player grabbed the extra volleyball, threw it back over, and the ref didn't even see it. Then hers came over, smacked her, and she missed it. And the coach was like, "Oh, come on."
Nice.
And he's like, "What?
Nice.
I didn't see it."
Whoops. We just had a good serve receive from Carly Gomez. We like to call that the bump kill.
The bump kill.
It's a classic.
Trademark pending from this morning.
Pathway getting nice setup there and found a hole in the Eagles defense.
Yeah, and right in the middle, which is not what you want to see.
For sure. Going to have to step up and cover the net when those hitters come up. Pathway has a couple strong hitters, so the Eagles are going to have to take that into account.
Yeah, and then that becomes difficult when you hit a slow one up the middle there because you're ready for the hot one coming in. Like that serve there, that was a good, really good serve.
Number 1 from Pathway, Stella Gieman. Hopefully I'm saying that right. 10th grader, another young player. From what I remember, she's been playing a couple years
for a while.
now.
Yep.
That one will sail out of bounds. Eagles trailing by 2. Number 3 for the Eagles, Addie Julian serving. She's a freshman.
It's a good serve.
Nice block there by the Eagles. And Pathway hits it into the net.
Just having that blocker there, even if you're not actually blocking it, that presence can be difficult to get around, especially at this level.
Yeah, for sure. That's number 4 for the Eagles, Sarah Horan. She does a good job on the net. A little bit taller, so that definitely helps. And like you said, Jim, just literally getting the hands up there even can be distracting for the hitter. So want to keep seeing that from the Eagles. Pathway's doing a nice job, though, of getting their set. They're getting some good hits. You know, they made a few mistakes, but Another good serve there from Addie Julian to tie the game. It's now 5-5.
And the ball flies up into the concession stand.
Yeah, we almost lost some nachos, but luckily nothing happened. What do you think procedure is if Nacho Cheese gets on the ball?
So I've always seen the tournament officials got a towel and an extra ball over there.
Yep.
So you're going one way or the other.
And a quick shout out, by the way, to some of our helpers in the tournament, Gary Virginal and Fred Wolf. They do an incredible job. They do this every year. They offer their free time to organize the tournament and run everything. They do an excellent job. So we're thankful for them, the work they put in.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Addie with an ace.
I think that's 4 in a row for Addie there,
Yep.
which is big. Kind of turned the game around a little bit. Now, Jim, I'm trying to figure out that serve. She starts off a little bit sideways.
She does. I noticed that this morning.
Seems to be working out in the last few, at least.
Yeah, a little different, you know. Catch somebody off guard.
Good push there from Micaiah on the Eagles to that back corner. There was nobody there, and Pathway couldn't quite handle it.
Yeah, they're just playing smart, putting the pressure on Pathway right now to make a play. You don't have to always do the flashiest things. That one's a little bit out of bounds. Pathway will get the serve back. Number 7 coming in. Aravis Schwarzenschruber.
Apologies in advance if we're saying any of the names wrong.
Yeah, no pronunciation guide given.
She is a senior, though, and
yeah, stepped up, had a nice serve right there.
Yep. Sarah again getting a hand on it, but unfortunately there was no help, and that one hit the ground on the Eagles side. So
yeah, you got to cover for your blockers, Jace.
Important. Pathway's going to set it up, try to get something going here.
Another push from the Eagles. Oh, got away with one there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an awkward hit, but sometimes those that have weird timing, it's hard to block and hard to get a hand under.
Well, he comes full swing, like you're gonna kill it, and then it goes 2 miles an hour.
Yeah. Good save there from Pathway to get that one over. Right now, it looks like both teams are kind of scrambling for every ball, so I'd like to see the Eagles and Pathway, for that matter, you know, get comfortable, get settled in, and it's a little bit of a sloppy game so far.
Yeah, it's been a bunch of runs, one way or the other, one way or the other. Eagles are going to bring in Emma Cherry, try and mix it up here, get a little bit of a different look.
Nice strong hit there from Micaiah, great set from Jenna Rendy, and that one's in. No problem, there was nobody there for Pathway to get it.
Yeah, that's the ideal play for the Eagles, right? Good pass right to our setter, Jenna, and Micaiah with the big hit.
In the West Fair games earlier, when Jenna was serving, is when the Eagles went on a run in both games. So we'll see what happens here with Jenna at the line.
There you go. There's a point
And
off the back wall.
Eagles regain the lead there. Just by 1, so still a very tight game. A lot of time left.
Big hit from Micaiah. Miscommunication by Pathway.
Yeah, it looked like they were under that and just some reason couldn't connect with it.
Yeah, nobody called it.
That happens, it happens. Uh-oh, we got a ball in the court. There it goes. Play is still going. I don't think the ref saw it at all.
No, definitely not. Oh, good
Eagles
scramble.
barely get that one over. Nice setup there by Pathway. Great cover by Carly Gomez.
Good tip right around the blocker.
Sometimes those are the plays, you know, just a smart tip in the right spot can get you the point. So kudos to Pathway there. Serving for Pathway was number 4, Ashlyn Gingrich, a sophomore, and that one was into the net just barely short. And that puts Micaiah on the serving line for the Eagles. Micaiah Mighty was a junior.
And the Horan sisters are coming back in for the Eagles as well. Good points from Bailey and Emma off the bench.
That's something Coach Emily likes to do. She's always swapping people, trying to mix things up if it's not going well. And for the Eagles bench, you got to be ready for that. You never know when you're going to get
good hit.
Put in.
Right off the bench, like you said.
Yep.
Ready to score. So far, it has been those runs back and forth. And the Eagles are on the biggest one so far, taking a 15-10 lead.
I think our scorer person forgot to flip the 1, so
yeah, hopefully
it looks like 5-10, but it really is 15-10, which is the biggest lead of the game so far.
Yeah, that's going to force Pathway into a timeout.
It's a smart call, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you only got 10 points left to play with, right? So we'll stick with you through this timeout. As what can Pathway do to slow down the Eagles on this run, Jace?
That's a good question, Jim. Like I said before, I think they are. You know, it just feels like both teams are still scrambling a little bit. So I would like to see them get settled in. You know, don't panic. Just play your game. They got a strong team with, you know, a lot of talent. So I think
sometimes it's that tournament atmosphere. You're playing the home team, right?
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
A lot of fans. They got the school kids down there cheering nice and loud. So
yeah, like I said, these two teams have met before. They played, and I don't know, not even a month ago at Pathways tournament, and they split those. So
it's
very evenly matched.
Yep. Micaiah with another good one, yeah. That's out. Little too strong from the Panthers.
But they got a good play set up.
Yeah.
They got a good look at it, so
that's a good mess.
They got to do more of that, and they'll be just fine. Strong serve there again from Micaiah, 2 in a row. That brings the lead up to 7 for the Eagles, which is, you know, getting more comfortable as far as the lead goes. That's what you want to see. That ball barely went over the net, and Pathway able to kind of scramble, and miscommunication on that third hit, and couldn't send it back over. Eagles now on a 3-0 run out of that timeout.
Yeah, and every point's important. Lots of tiebreakers from who played who and what points you scored, as Sarah knocks that one right down for the big kill.
Yeah, those feel good when you get set up by the other team and you're able to just kind of hit it right at the floor.
For it, yeah.
That's a good play. And way to be ready. You know, when you're on the net, that's the stuff you got to be waiting for sure. So 5-0 run for the Eagles out of the timeout. I'm wondering if Pathway's gonna end up calling another timeout here, as the momentum seems to be fully for the Eagles.
Yeah,
at this point. And another ace. 6 in a row, and there it is. There's a timeout from the Pathway coach. Got a good game up to this point, but Eagles on a little bit of a run. We will see you back here in just a moment on the Eagles Sports Network.
All right, we're back out of that timeout. McKay Mighty with another good serve as the Eagles hold a 21-10 lead against the Pathway Panthers. That's going to be a net touch. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I saw that for sure. Good effort there by Carly, getting up there and getting involved at the net, but she did just barely nick it with her hand, so that'll be Pathway's point to end the run for the Eagles. Number 15 for Pathway serving, Maggie Shetler, a freshman.
And she gets the ace. See if they can go on a run of their own here now that they got the serve back.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, that's a tough deficit this late in the game, you know.
Yeah, you got to
go on a 13-4 run to
triple them up.
Yeah. So that's tough when you get down in volleyball that far. It's hard to come back, but I've seen it happen, so you never know what can happen. There's another ace there for Maggie Shetler. So
yeah, if she serves like that, they'll be caught up in no time.
Yep.
Ouch.
Another ace.
Yep. 3 in a row.
Your coach Emily is going to call a timeout for the Eagles. Smart play. You don't want them to get catching back up. The lead is nice. It's comfortable. So we'll be back in another minute on the Eagles Sports Network. All right, welcome back once again. A couple quick timeouts in a row here. Pathway still serving. They're closing the gap slightly. We shall see how this plays out. Erin Horan for the Eagles hits that one in the net. The lead is now down to 6 for the Eagles, but still a lot of game left. You know, it's not over till it's over. Still got a lot of ground to make up.
Bringing Bailey in. Try and mix it up here.
It's one thing I always appreciate about Coach Emily is it seems like she's constantly coaching through the whole game. She doesn't mind subbing out a player just to have a little conversation and give them a tip, something they can improve on during the middle of the game, which is great coaching in my opinion. Number 15 for Pathway, Maggie Shetler, still at the serving line. Now I believe she's had 6 in a row as well.
Yes, it was an 11-point lead, cut down to 5 now.
Pathway is doing a better job, I think, late in this game, getting their sets, you know, getting a good play. Everybody's getting in position.
Agreed. Much less helter-skelter.
Yep. Seems like the Eagles are the ones that playing a little helter-skelter at the moment. And Stella there just tried to spike that one over. Mistimed it slightly, but it was a good thought. It was a good thought. It wasn't bad at all. That'll put Sarah Horan at the line to serve. That's a good serve. Looked like that one might have gone out, Jim. But
I think so.
Pathway got a hand on it, so that'll stay in play. And
I think they called net touch on
somebody
Pathway.
touched the net.
Yep.
25 maybe it looked like. 22. I couldn't tell what the ref said, but
maybe 8. He held up a bunch of fingers. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
But 23-16 as that serve's going to be out, making it 23-17. Number 8, Gabby Gingrich back to serve for Pathway.
And number 3 checking in for Pathway, Miriam McDonald, in place of the libero to play the front row, looks like.
Pathway's going to have to string together a couple here.
Yeah, they're definitely in a dangerous spot with only 2 points for the Eagles to win. But so far, they're eating away at that lead. Let's see if they can keep doing it.
Yeah, this is the closest it's been since it was 15-10. 23-18 now.
Good pass there from Ikea. Eagles getting a pretty good look at that one.
Yeah, Pathway with the block. Bring it back over. It's going to be 4 hits.
I'm not really sure what happened with that one, but Coach Emily's going to call another timeout and try to put a slow on that momentum, little speed bump, and we'll be right back in a minute.
And we're back in here. 23-19 Quentin Road holding on to a slim lead. Pathway is on a 9-2 run to tighten up this game.
Closing the gap.
And we were just talking in our off-air on our break that Quentin Road's been struggling to finish out games. So we'll see if they can finish this one here.
That was a pretty crazy play there.
It was.
A little bit of net play, and Pathway coming away with the point.
Really good point.
That's a good boost to the confidence for that. You hear the crowd getting involved. Just a 3-point lead for the Eagles now. You really want to see them get one here. Put a little dagger in the coffin.
There it is.
That was a great block by Addie Julian, the freshman. Excellent play there, right at the net. You can see the excitement on their face.
I think you got to get it. You got to get it here.
Yeah,
with
for
your serve.
Sure. Pathway still has the momentum. You know, we just got a point here, the Eagles, but
that's it.
There it is. Out of bounds. That one will hit the pole, and that'll do it for the first set. It is 25-20 as the final score, and Eagles will take the first one. We still got another set ahead of us, and I expect Pathway is going to come out with that same fire that they had at the end of this match. So we will see how that goes. We'll be back in a minute with the Eagles Sports Network.
Welcome back to Game 2 on the Eagles Sports Network. We're getting our lineup set here with the referee, as these are just 2 games, not best 2 out of 3 or anything like that. Tomorrow will be the best 2 out of 3. So Quentin Road taking the first one by a score of 25-20. And so Jason and I are back with you for Game 2. We'll see if the Eagles can capitalize again, or if Pathway can continue riding that late game momentum they had.
Yeah, if you're Pathway, you definitely want to come out strong. You want to come out fast. The run that they had at the end of last game, if you're Pathway, you want that to continue right off the bat. An early lead in a game like this can make all the difference.
Both teams, were super evenly matched last game, had small runs back and forth, and then each team had one big run, and the Eagles was just a little bit larger. And that was the difference.
Carly there with the first serve, and that's an ace, so the Eagles will take the first point. Another good serve there, and then Addie got a hand on it, able to send it right to the floor. Pathway didn't have any time to get under that one.
You got to have that point. When it comes right back to you, have to capitalize. Another good serve from Carly. That's going to be out.
Pathway's still doing a good job so far of, getting their set, getting a good hit. That one's obviously out, but I've seen them hit that one down at the ground plenty of times, and they will do that in this game. There's one right there.
I was just going to say the same thing. Ooh, weird set coming
Yeah,
in.
almost looked like maybe a double touch, but
they never call it, ever.
Yeah, at this level, does it matter that much? I don't know. I think there is actually a newer rule, though, that you can actually do a double touch on the first of their 3 hits.
Oh.
If it's a serve receive or you're returning a kill.
So I can do a double touch like a set one, or I can actually double hit me.
I think just when you're, if you were going to set it and it came off both hands. Strong hit there. That was number 1, Stella Gieman for Pathway. And that's, again, one of those hits that we're going to see from this Pathway team. They're a good team. Addie got a finger on the block, but got caught up in the net, and Pathway got the points. Another one there for Pathway.
Same thing for Addie.
Almost
caught
the
the
same
net
exact
again.
play, yeah. 4-2, Eagles lead. A lot of game left, obviously. We just started. And that is, I don't know what it's called, but I know it's illegal. The front row player blocks the serve. I don't know what it's called, but
wish you could do that. Just jump up and
that would
slam
be
it
nice,
back down. You'd have to serve a lot higher then. Good save.
Oh, I thought the Eagles were going to get it over, but someone was in the net.
In the net, yeah. I was going to say, because Aaron reached into the bench and saved it, but somebody else was in the net.
That was a good effort. Paige Guerra checking in for the first time of this matchup for the Eagles, number 22. And Addie Julian will take a quick seat on the bench. Coach Emily wants to give her some tips, say a few words, which she does regularly. And Pathway will take their first lead of this set, now 5-4.
Yeah, and Gabby Gingrich served quite a few in a row at the end of the game last one, and she's serving quite a few in a row here as she gets another ace.
Continuing the streak. Yeah, she's one of Pathway's only 2 seniors. So again, both teams are young teams. I expect greater, better things in the future for both of these teams. But again, this is a good matchup, evenly matched, and we're seeing that play out here. Addie Julian is now back in the game for the Eagles. Strong hit from Pathway there. Eagles able to get it over, but not get anything set up. The bump kill effective once again from Carly Gomez.
You never see it coming over in one.
Yeah, sometimes in volleyball, just it's the unexpected things that'll get you. You know, you're waiting for it to get set up, and defense is out of position, and
such a rhythmic sport, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you do something to disrupt that rhythm, and everybody freaks out.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing to watch because it's so true. When the teams get in a rhythm, you know, you see both teams getting sets, good hits. It's fun to watch. Aaron Horan serving for the Eagles, number 7. We're waiting on a couple bystanders walking through, and here comes the serve. That's a good serve. Another bump kill there.
Coach M just throws up her hands like, hey, 6U just stood there and looked at it.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? We're playing volleyball here, you know?
Yeah. That's something that I know she's never happy with, you know, if nobody even gets a hand on it.
Like we
if
talked
everybody's
about,
staring at it.
You got your good misses, you know, you get your setup, you kill it, and it just goes, 6 inches out, right?
Yeah.
Different than the, oh, man, we stood there and looked at it.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the things that you really can't do in a game like this. You know it's going to be tight. You know, that 1 point could make the difference.
100%.
And if you got 6 players just staring at it, watching it hit the ground, you know, that is obviously less than ideal.
Oh, good block from Addie.
And Pathway kind of returned the favor. A couple of players staring at that one as it hits the ground. Pathway still leads by 1. And Addie Julian will serve for the Eagles.
Good serve.
Very good serve. A lot of top spin, a lot of speed on that one, and Pathway not able to handle it.
Her sidewinder serve coming up big again, Chase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I'm wondering if she's only doing that because of the distance between the wall and the court. Obviously, with the gym split into 2, that's a little bit tighter at the back of the court.
Tough one to get there for Jenna Rendy, and that'll give Pathway a 9-8 lead.
And it is number 1, Stella Gieman, serving for Pathway. Strong serve, but a little bit short. Now on a hook the net.
Yeah, not too many missed serves by either team. Now we'll give them the announcer jinx, but...
Yeah, but that's what you want to see, you know. Again, it's like we talked about. Those are the things that you can't miss. Stuff like that, because it could make the difference in these games.
Makaya with a kill.
Yeah, that was a good play from the Eagles. Jenna Rendy again serving for the Eagles. She always doesn't seem to have the flashiest serve, but as one of the more consistent servers, I would say, for the Eagles team.
But we'll take it when it's in, right?
And
that's the important thing.
Yeah, exactly right.
She's going to force a timeout from Pathway, so we're going to step away for a minute. We'll be right back on the Eagles Sports Network.
And we're back with a tight matchup here. Quentin Road Eagles versus Pathway Christian School from Kelowna, Iowa. Eagles took the first set, and it was an exciting match, just as is the second one. These are close games, tight games. Both teams fighting hard. Eagles only leading by 1 now. The score is 11-10. I'd say that was a smart timeout call that we just had from Pathway a minute ago.
Yeah, some teams like to call it when it's like 5-6 point lead, but sometimes you just gotta end it right away, you know?
Yep. Yeah, you don't. I mean, last game the Eagles pulled away right here. It was 10-10, and then the Eagles had a 5-0 run, I believe, and that's where you just don't want to let the momentum, if you're Pathway, get out of hand, because that can cost you the game.
All of a sudden, it was 21-10 last game.
Yep. Ikea Mighty serving for the Eagles.
We're waiting on something. Here we go.
Another serve, it's just short and into the net. Serving for Pathway is going to be number 4, Ashlyn Gingrich. Looks like maybe sister of Gabby, younger sister. Could be cousin, I don't know. You know, I'm just guessing here.
Maybe they just have the same last name. Who knows?
Yeah, coincidentally. Miscommunication there from Pathway, and that ball just dropped right in between two players. That's that classic, you got it type of attitude. You know?
Somebody's got to get it. Oh, 2 missed serves in a row for the Eagles now.
Yeah, not what you want to see.
Shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, the game could now be 15-12, but a couple of mistakes on the Eagles' part. Bump over there. Pathway had a free ball, but again, a miscommunication. 2 players went after that one. That's the I got it attitude.
Both teams getting a little sloppy here, maybe getting a little fatigued. It's a long day of volleyball.
Yeah, I believe this is already the 6th set for each of these teams today, which is a lot of volleyball, as you said, Jim. So you're definitely going to see that set in, especially as we head into the later afternoon. A couple of teams are going to have some back-to-back games, and there's a lot more volleyball to come today.
Oh, yeah, we still got a slate of games all the way up to last game starting at 8 o'clock tonight. So.
Yep. So you will definitely see that, not just in this game, but at all the games, as players tire out, and that's just part of playing in a tournament like this. And sometimes that's where experience comes into play. Those that have done it before, you know, a little more conditioned, that type of thing.
A little more used to it.
Yep. Substitution for the Eagles, Aaron Horan coming back in for Bailey Reyes. Game's now tied 14-14, and Aaron will go to the serving line.
We're messing with the score over there. So it's actually 15-13.
15-13, okay.
16 now.
3-point lead for the Eagles, which I think ties the largest lead of the game so far.
Yeah, they don't give us fancy stats like that. We got to memorize those things. So
that's just my memory. I don't know. It could be lying to me.
I agree with you.
16-14. Pathway's got to be happy because this is when the Eagles went on a run last time, and they have the ball. They're the ones serving, so I'd say it's pretty even as far as momentum goes. It's just been back and forth so far this game. A little bit of an awkward hit there from Addie Julian, but able to get it down. Pathway dove for it, but not quite.
Yeah, the old off the top of the net.
Mm-hmm. That'll get you. Again, Eagles leading 3, 17-14.
Addie, great serve.
Good serve there. That was close. Maybe could have gone out, but
I think it was getting in.
If you're Pathway, you probably don't want to risk that one at this point in the game.
I think it was the right play to go for it.
Yep.
Oh, same
Almost the
spot.
exact same play right there.
That's going to force another timeout from the Panthers as the Eagles take a 19-14 lead. At least the ref hasn't seen there's a timeout. Yeah,
there it is. Both teams are at the bench, and now the timeout is finally officially called. The Eagles leading by 5. It's 19-14. Jim, if you're Pathway, what do you got to do when you come out of this timeout?
Well, you can't let Addie get a third ace in a row. Let's start there, right? You need some momentum, so you're going to need to get the service back, preferably on a nice, easy play for you. Handle her serve, and then we've seen that once they have the serve, they're able to string together a couple.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You get it back and you string together a couple, and it's anybody's game from there.
For sure. If you're Coach Emily, what's going through your head in this timeout?
I think you're thinking back to exactly what happened last game, where you had the same spot but a much larger lead, and you're telling your players that we need to buckle down and take care of the ball, take care of business right now. We've got the serve, we're in control, and let's finish this game off.
Yeah, you don't want to see any silly mistakes. Like you said, this is, Eagles took a lead here last game, but Pathway came right back with a run, and this lead is slimmer. So if Pathway were to go on a run here, it would be dangerous for the Eagles.
The Eagles have showed us earlier today that they never give up. They do a great job of playing from behind, but sometimes they're not used to playing with that late lead.
Yeah.
And they just need to, not get so nervous. Like a play like that, right? Goes in your favor.
Miscommunication from Pathway again, and that one drops. You can see it on their faces. There's the players are talking to the coach. Whose ball is that?
You're getting worried. You're starting to count. Only 5 more mistakes,
Yep. And sometimes that's where that experience plays into the game like this. And like we said before, both teams are pretty young. Pathway does have 2 seniors.
KO with the kill.
A lot of young players out on the court right now.
Yeah, and especially since it's been so close in both games, you start to get tense. You start to do things out of character.
For sure. And as you said before, fatigue plays into it too. These have been tough games. That's a good play from Pathway. Net play, that ball was in the net, and they were able to save it. Good hit there from Pathway. They're going to set this one up. They're going to get another chance at it. And that's what Pathway needs to do if they want to come back. That's what they did late in the last set, and they're doing it well right now.
Into the net.
That's a good look at the ball, though. I mean, it was a good hit, good setup. Everything looked like it was going well.
Addie's still serving for the Eagles. Quite a few in a row here as the Eagles save it from...
Now, Jim, I'm noticing something here, and I want your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Number 1 for Pathway started at the serve in the back row. And it was my understanding that if you start in the back row, you can't be a front row hitter. I could be wrong about that. How do you think that works?
So they're receiving, right, on that last one because we were still serving. So I think you just have to leave one person up to receive, right? You can move all 5 back if you want to.
Yeah, it almost looks like they rotated early because now number 1's on the serving line. So maybe she technically was in the front row still.
Maybe.
Interesting rotation. I don't know. I don't have enough volleyball knowledge or experience to say what exactly is going on.
Neither do I, unfortunately.
It's working out for him. And number 1 for Pathway, Stella, is one of their strongest hitters. So,
almost a bump kill, Jace.
Almost had it. Eagles getting a good setup here. Micaiah, strong hit.
Wow.
Hathaway got a hand on it actually for the block, but that one went out of bounds off the hands of the blocker. 2 more points for the Eagles to take the win here. This is a big point here for Pathway. You got to execute on this one. And they are able to do it.
Yep.
Now they have the ball back. We'll see what happens. The score is 23-18. Number 7, Aravis. Again, I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Schwartzentruber serving for Pathway.
She's going to get the ace. 23-19.
Now I think that was the bump ace. Another well-known term.
We're just making it up as we go. Oh, they try bump ace, bump kill, back and back.
Good hit there from Pathway. And
that's out.
Eagles got under it. 1 point left to go for the Eagles. You see that hand in the air, number 1. Not because they're number 1 right now, but because they have 1 point left. Micaiah Mighty serving for the Eagles. One of the Eagles' stronger servers. And Pathway gets a good setup, good look at that, and they're able to get it down. 1 point at a time for Pathway, but unfortunately right now they're do or die. Can't make any mistakes.
Yeah, they're going to need 4 in a row here to tie it up, but you just got to start with 1.
24-20 is the score. Eagles have a chance to win it right here. Not that one. That's not the one. We'll see. They're going to set it up again. And a little bit of a sloppy play.
Yeah, that
setter had to come to the back row to try to get the set up.
Into the bench.
Into the bench, that's right. 24-21, Pathway closing the gap.
Ace.
24-22 now.
There's going to be a timeout here, yeah. Coach M.
Ashlyn Gingrich with that ace. And if you're the Eagles, you're probably getting a little nervous right now.
Yep.
But you got to stay calm, stay cool. All you need is 1 point, and the win is yours.
Yeah, you handle a serve, you set it up, game over, right?
Yep. Easy. We should get out there and do it, right?
Oh, please no.
All right. So, Jim, what are some things that you're noticing that teams are doing well in this game?
In this game, well, teams have, for the most part, served pretty well.
Yeah,
Only a few missed serves, no foot faults, and I've seen so many foot faults today because of the shorter wall.
It's tough.
It's really difficult.
There's not a lot of space back there.
They obviously Pathway has to be perfect on serves for the next couple here if they're still alive.
Yeah, no mistakes. It's again one of those tight games. The Eagles with 24. So if you have a one lapse, that'll be it for Pathway. So we'll see what they do here. Strong serve.
It's going to be a tough one.
And Eagles not able to get that one back over. Another ace for Ashlyn Gingrich of Pathway.
Eagles are trying the sub here again.
It's now 24-23. The games are win by 2. So the Eagles can still win here. But they're win by 2, and I believe the cap is 27.
I believe so. I was just going to check. Yes, that is correct.
And there it is, tied at 24. This is looking all too similar to the Eagles' first game against West Fair. Almost the exact same scenario. It ended up tied at 24, and West Fair pulled out the win. So the Eagles really need to pull it together here if they want to get this win.
There's a good one. Controlled. Good
cover. I'd like to see the Eagles just pull that back and set it up. When the game's this tight, you want to use every hit that you can.
It's scramble mode right now,
it is.
Jace. For both teams,
out of
bounds.
Eagles lead 25-24. 1 point will do it as Sarah Horan goes to the line to serve. A junior for the Eagles, number 4.
And the pressure and momentum are going back and forth.
Yeah, you see there a couple of the Eagles players saying, you got this.
Good serve.
And
That's
there it
it.
is. That'll do it for the Eagles. That's a big win for the Eagles. Like I said, these two teams are very evenly matched. They've split already at another tournament this year. And so if you're the Eagles, you got to be walking away happy. If you're Pathway, you want to regroup. You still got a lot more games to play. There's plenty of volleyball left in the day, so you got to just get your head back in the game and be ready for the next one. So we'll see what happens as the day progresses. But if you're joining us here on the Eagle Sports Network, thank you for joining us on this exciting matchup. We will be back shortly with a brand new game, two brand new teams ready to face off. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back on the Eagle Sports Network.